And that's the end.
It's not a feel-good musical.
No.
There's no...
No.
No! But it made me feel things.
Yes.
Were they all good?
No.
5, 6, 7, 8.
There's no business like show business.
Mamma mia, here I go again. My mouth.
Of the music
Oh, man. Honestly, I would say that having this movie this week was probably the best possible option because it's very little plot and very lots of emotions.
Yeah.
There's no plot and so many emotions. And so it was so
there's
easy
a plot.
to take notes.
It was so easy to do this while I was
Oh my
working.
God, I didn't think I had to. I think I had to pause like maybe 2 or 3 times just to like catch up on notes. But in general, I was able to just like watch it. And it's a tight 90. Fucking love it.
And enjoy it. It's a tight 90. I was like, excellent. Welcome, dear listeners. As usual, we completely ignored our routine of introducing ourselves, and welcome to 5678, a movie musical podcast. Welcome back if you are returning. This is the podcast where we review and recap movie musicals, and today's episode, we are tackling the, what year did it come out in?
2014?
Double check that.
I was so good at this game. Yeah, 2014. I am good at this game.
The 2014 True Blue musicale film, The Last 5 Years.
I had never seen this movie. I had never seen this show.
Neither have I.
I had listened to a few of the songs. Obviously, like, a lot of them are really famous.
Like, we went to theater school in the 2010s. We know
Jason
these
Marvel
songs.
Brown, yeah. But it wasn't really a part of my listening repertoire, so it's not like I knew... Like, I knew the concept and I knew the setup, but I didn't really have a clear idea on what was gonna happen.
Yeah. I knew the concept. I knew that it was, like, backwards and forwards. And so that wasn't a surprise. Yeah. I had a moment about halfway through where I was like, if you didn't understand the premise structurally of this film, you would be so confused. Because except for, like, a few small clues with, like, the like year on the
Ohio...
Yeah, on the Ohio State Theater, like, 2011 season. Like, it's not like they had subtitles of, like, 2009,
yeah, exactly.
2013.
Which honestly might have helped with the coherence of this movie.
But also they flip back, like, I wonder if it would get old, because it's every other scene is they're flipping back and forth.
I mean, or it's just like, disclaimer at the beginning, it's like, every time that Jeremy Jordan sings, we are moving forward in time. Every time that Anna Kendrick sings, we are moving backwards in time.
Except for this one point in the middle, where the timelines coincide. And I love Jeremy Jordan.
My lord, his voice.
All right.
Okay, getting started.
Let's kick this off. So, first of all, this was a musical, like stage musical before it was made into a movie. Structurally, it's about a couple and the 5 years of their relationship. They exist on their own timelines where Jamie, who played by Jeremy Jordan's timeline, moves forward in time. So it starts at the very beginning of the relationship and ends at the end. Whereas Kathy, who's played by Anna Kendrick, the film starts at the end of the relationship and it progresses backwards for her. And the only time they actually interact and have a true duet is at the halfway point when
he asks
at the wedding.
And the engagement. Yeah.
So
we start with grayscale brownstone. You'll note that color is a theme. So whenever things are bad, everything's sort of in a darker, grayer tone. And like whenever it's the beginning of the relationship, it's like a really bright, colorful, overly saturated color palette. I think that also helped me keep track of where we were in the relationship, just the color theme, which was helpful. So we hear some piano music and we scroll in through a window of a brownstone and we see Anna Kendrick, whose character's name is Kathy. We don't find this out for like 7 songs. Like it takes a while. So she's very sad at a desk. There's a letter in front of her. Turns out it is a Dear Jane letter.
What are you talking about?
A Dear Jane letter?
What do you mean a Dear Jane letter? What does that mean?
It's a breakup. Like a written breakup. Dear John Love letter, Dear Jane letter.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, yeah.
The letter is written on the shared letterhead of Jamie and Kathy Wellerstein.
Yes.
And it is a note from Kathy's husband, Jamie, that he has left her.
Yes.
He's closed out
He
of their bank
left her
account. He's had someone else pick up his stuff.
What a fucking coward. I mean, okay, so we started strong.
It's not a text.
We started strong with this, where it's like, I'm like, oh, like she said, okay, must have been, this is the breakup. And then I see that he left a letter to tell her that he was divorcing her, and I immediately knew everything I needed to know about his character. I'm like, asshole. Got it.
And this song, our opening song, is the song Still Hurting.
Yeah.
Which is one of the more well-known songs from this show.
Yeah.
And it is essentially Kathy mourning the relationship and commenting that her now ex-husband Jamie has moved on with his life. He has decided that things are irreparable, and he has left her, and she's just at a loss for words and is in obvious heartbreak over what has just transpired.
Yeah.
And the lyrics.
So
Jason Robert Brown knows what he's doing.
I know. She's actually crying because now she has to afford this brownstone on her own.
I would cry too.
Yeah, me too. And so camera sort of pans over pictures of their lives together, over like stuff on the mantle and pictures of them at their marriage. Honestly, it's a really bold move to start a musical with the 11 o'clock number. Like, what? Yeah. What a shock.
But
that was amazing.
It's a quiet 11 o'clock number. I think of 11 o'clock numbers as like bringing down the house, but it starts so quiet, and it's a quiet. It's not an everything's coming up roses song.
No.
But you're right. It's also a lot of it's done in really long takes. It's not all one take, but a lot of it's long takes.
Yeah.
And at the end of the song, she takes off her wedding ring and a bracelet and a watch and leaves them on the dresser because she's now in this apartment alone.
Yes.
Cut to Jamie's point of view, beginning of this relationship. Jamie and Kathy burst into an apartment about to hook up. There's so much color. They're young. Each other. And they're so hot for each other, and Jamie starts to sing the song "Ship's a Goddess." No, it's not about his mom.
I know. Yeah, I know. But the song starts off with him being like, "My mother would be so disappointed," and I'm like, "Is this what you're thinking of right now, sir?"
yes. Essentially, Jamie is convinced that Kathy is the one, and the fact that she's not Jewish makes it like all the better. Yeah. For him, he's just like so psyched to fall in love with this amazing girl, who's also just coincidentally not Jewish.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he is Jewish.
And suddenly it's night. It's like a marathon session for those two. You know, the song sort of goes into no matter who she was or what she had ever done in her past, he would be into her no matter what.
Yeah, if you had a tattoo, if you shaved your head, if you
murdered someone.
I could be in love with someone like you is the theme of the song.
Yeah.
And they fall into bed and we fade up out the window into a summery sky.
Yeah.
And we leave New York and go to
Ohio. It's like a summer stock festival in Ohio. Truly,
it's a summer stock theater.
Hell, that sounds awful.
And the year is 2013.
Yes.
We are back towards the end of the relationship.
Yes. So Jamie and Kathy are sitting on a pier. It's very awkward. She's like trying to convince him, and also I think trying to convince herself that everything's going to be okay.
The song is called "See, I'm Smiling."
Yeah. And he doesn't feel like he's as into it. You know, where she makes him laugh and she's like, "See, you're laughing. That's a good sign. Like, we can make this work."
Yeah.
And there's a reference in the song to his other girlfriends. So there is a very quick hint and forecasting to the fact that he hasn't been fully faithful to her, and she knows it, but she's willing to look past it, or at least to work on that and for them to work together on this relationship, and she's committed to moving forward with him.
Yeah, very much like proving like I'm here. I'm happy. I think we're going to be okay. We just have to try harder.
Yeah.
And this was the point where I was like, I could see how this would be so confusing to someone who wasn't familiar with the premise.
Yes, very much so.
But essentially, Too Long Didn't Read. Kathy is in a show at the Summer Stock Theater. Jamie has come to visit her.
Yeah.
It's her birthday today, and she also has a show tonight. And I guess it's a Friday or close to the end of the week. So she has the impression that he has come. They're going to spend the weekend together, and they have this weekend to kind of rekindle their marriage and rekindle their connection. And it turns out he can't stay the weekend. He has a writing conflict with Penguin House.
Random House.
And she's disappointed, but like, hey, at least he's going to see the show tonight. turns out
we'll
he's
have
on
tonight.
they have the night, and he'll stay the night. He has a flight tonight. He can't even stay to see the show.
He can't stay for her birthday. Like it's rough.
Yeah.
And
It's shitty. And she says,
breaks.
you always make this decision. You always choose other people over me. And he's like, I have to go to this event. She goes, you don't have to go to another party with the same 20 jerks that you already know. Yeah. And she breaks.
She breaks. And then at the end, there's a line of, how can you see me crying and not do anything? And I'm like, oof, brutal, rough.
Yeah. And she also implies that it seems like their relationship the focus has been on him. Yeah. And both of their shared energy has been focused on him. There's a lyric that's like, it's always like miles and piles of you. And he's been touted as, he's a writer. I don't think we mentioned that. She's an actress. He's a writer, obviously. And she makes a comment that, oh yeah, you've been touted as the savior of writing. Like,
only 28.
Yeah. The song ends with, she can't even understand how he can stand there looking at her crying and not move towards her or
do anything.
Think to do anything to make her feel better.
Yeah.
Just
awful. Cut back to the past.
Yeah, cut back to the past in Brooklyn.
Yes. Jamie is writing on a bench outside. The phone rings. Turns out someone has read his manuscript. Random House has read it, and they want to meet him today. And he is, like, adorably awkward throughout this entire phone
he's
call.
so overwhelmed.
He's so overwhelmed, and it is like a 23-year-old dummy, just doesn't know how to handle good news, and is just, like, tripping over his own words. And so he calls Kathy, and he's like, you know what? I agree with you. We, like what you said, we should move in together. Like, find an apartment and then we'll go for it. And I'm like, that's first off,
the
weird.
call is essentially, I love you. Go find us an apartment. Yeah, I gotta go.
Gotta go.
And that leads us into the next song, which is Moving Too Fast, that Jamie sings. He's been riding along the water on the waterfront in Brooklyn. He hops on his bike.
He's on a ferry.
Ecstatic. And the gist of the song is essentially like, it seems like things are too good to be true. Like things are moving way too fast in my life, but like I'm just here to enjoy the ride.
But it's just like,
I'm not
gonna read my manuscript. I'm in love with an incredible girl. Like this is so cool.
Like I should be worried, but I'm too busy enjoying my life to be worried.
Exactly.
And he takes a ferry to his meeting. He like puts his bike on a ferry and goes to Manhattan.
I thought he was like on Staten Island or something.
He might have been.
Yeah.
No, because it's I don't think that's what the Staten Island ferry looks like.
Okay.
And also, you live in Manhattan. Why are you going to Staten Island to write?
Aesthetic. I don't know.
But yeah, he goes and he has the meeting. The agent loves him. He goes to Kathy's apartment, and he's just so in love with his life.
Yes. So the meeting with the agent goes really well. He goes back to his apartment, and there is part of this song where he talks to Kathy about how great he is. And this is sort of like the first hint of like his egotism, which is a huge character trait for him. It's a little bit much whenever you look at it, having seen the lens of how this ends. It's interesting. So cut to Kathy waiting in an audition with a bunch of other people that look just like her.
Yep. Yeah. In a waiting room at an audition. And she's on the phone with her agent, who is just not doing anything for her. She's taking all the initiative. She sent him reviews from the show she did last summer, and she's like, I'm available this summer. Yeah. Like, if there's anything that comes up that you think I'd be right for. And we don't hear the other end of the line, but the agent seems very, very non-committal and bad at his job. Yeah. She hangs up, the monitor comes out, and they call in a bunch of other girls for the dance call, and she's one of the girls that gets cut. Yeah.
It was at this point that I'm like, how on earth do they afford this brownstone on 73rd Street? Brownstones are so expensive. Even
Grace,
just
don't question it.
Even just like, this one has obviously been broken up into several apartments, like on each floor, but even just one floor of a brownstone is so much.
On 73rd? Anyway. Absolutely not. But they move in together in this brownstone.
And there's shots of him sort of like refining his look a little bit now that he has a bunch of press stuff he has to do. So he gets a haircut and he gets fit for his suit.
I literally wrote, everything's coming up, Jamie.
Basically, that is correct. And so he's going up to an office and he meets with someone named Elise Wellerstein, who is his agent, I think?
Yeah.
His literary agent? I don't know.
No, because Elise is the older woman. Whitman is his actual agent. Okay. Elise is like the liaison from Random House.
Okay. So like the press
maybe
agent
she's like
for
the publisher or the press agent. Yeah,
the publicist. Yeah.
But Elise is hot. Like Elise,
she's super hot.
Jamie meets this Elise person at Random House, whoever she is, whatever role she has. She's a power figure, and she's a young, she's like a late 20s attractive woman, and he's definitely like aware of that fact.
Yes. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And his book is 63 Weeks bestseller, and we're at a party for Jamie, and what we see basically is Kathy is being taken around to all of these different reporters who just want to ask her about Jamie. And so she keeps telling the story about how they met, what his writing process is like, and like she knows when he has an idea because he gets this small smile on his face, and she loves it because she's a part of it.
Yeah, the song is called A Part of That.
Yes. But there's like this hint of resignation, I guess, in this song.
Yeah, there's a lyric in it where she says, "There are times where I follow in his stride and I follow him versus us going through life side by side."
Yes, I wrote down that line too, because I think that really encapsulates the whole point of this song, where it's like she feels like she's following him instead of them moving forward together. And she's like an accessory to him, and like feels awkward talking to people who only want to ask her about him. It's just like it's a rough experience. Cut to back at their apartment. She's finishing reading his manuscript, and we see the dedication is for Kathy. And then we cut back to the past.
Yeah, back to the past, still early in their relationship from Jamie's point of view. Kathy gets home from her job at the bar. It's winter, it's right around the holidays, and she's just pissed off. It was a bad night at work. Jamie greets her because he was home already, and he's like, he can tell that she's pissed off, so he tries to like provide some distractions, like, well, like, what are you gonna work on tonight? She has a couple projects going on. She's
making a dress.
She's making a dress, she takes photography, and she has an audition later that week. He goes, maybe you can work on, like, maybe it'll be good to, like, work on that tonight. Just trying to, like, get her mind off of it, not nagging her to work on it, but just, like, provide a distraction. She says, I'm not even going to go to that audition because I'm not going to get it.
Yeah. And this is when I started getting very frustrated with him. I was like, and instead of, like, holding her or, like, get her a glass of wine, or like, hey, let's just put on some music and let's just like slow sway for a second, like let's just recenter you. He's just like, I wrote a story and now I'm going to perform it. And
yeah, in a misguided attempt to make her feel better. It is.
I think that's good. Misguided attempt. He couldn't read the room.
No. But yeah, he's a writer. It's what he does.
Yep.
And he has written her a story to in an attempt to make her feel better. It's a silly Christmas story about an old tailor named Shmuel. The song is called the Shmuel Song. And the gist of the song that he has written this story about is about a tailor who had given up on his dreams, but he's not able to turn back time, and he has given a magical clock that allows him to relive his life and pursue those dreams he didn't get a chance to. And the moral of the story is Jamie wants Kathy to be brave and take more risks and like not give up on this dream. And he believes in her.
Pursue what it is that you are actually passionate about. And he ends it. He like turns on all of these Christmas lights that he had set up, and so suddenly the entire apartment is like lit with these colorful lights. And he gives her this really gorgeous watch, which is a theme of the story that he just told, where it's just like, you know, sometimes you just need to like focus on your time instead of what everyone else is requesting from your time.
And this film, you can date this film because he also gives her a little kick in the pants where he's like, here's a flyer I found for like new headshots, and here is Backstage magazine when it was still a newspaper. And he's like, there are all these auditions in it. I looked at it. There's all these auditions that you're perfect for. Like, here are these resources, and I'm giving you the time with this watch metaphor.
Yes. So he redeems this effort at the end. It is good, and she is heartened by it. But it starts out really rough. And I will say, so this was probably one of the songs in which, like, Anna Kendrick is sort of known for, like, her snarky humor and just, like, deadpan lines. And this was a song where, like, it felt like I actually got to see some of that, where, like, some of the actress's personality came through, where it's like he's doing something with a weird silly accent and she's lying on the couch like, I've never been more attracted to you. And it's like,
I liked the line where she's like, why do you keep using all of my things as your props?
Why are you touching my things? Like, yeah.
Cut to 2010, Ohio. So it is still early in their relationship. I think this is her first summer doing this summer stock theater in Ohio. We start inside this big theater. We see a man strumming a ukulele that takes us into a rehearsal on stage for whatever musical that she's a part of. Yeah. And this is intercut with Kathy in kind of like an adjunct hallway from the theater, video chatting with Jamie on her laptop. And the song is called A Summer in Ohio.
Yeah. And so she's rehearsing and she's telling Jamie about all of the weird people that she's working with. Like there's an ex-stripper who has a snake.
Essentially, Too Long Didn't Read, it's not ideal, and she misses Jamie. There's even a guy in the cast who's like been super flirty with her, and she's but she's rebuffed him
at the end of the song. She's like, but I will never be with him because I'm married to you.
Yeah, I'm Mrs. Jamie Wellerstein. Yeah. So surprise! They got married, which takes us into our center of the show song, the next 10, which is called The Next 10 Minutes, and this is the only time where their storylines overlap.
Exactly.
And we see Kathy and Jamie walking in Central Park. We hear Jamie's side of a conversation song, and then we get into a pagoda. Yeah, a gazebo.
Doing white people things.
On a lake in Central Park. And what Jamie asks Kathy is, will you share your life with me for the next 10 minutes? And then the next 10 minutes, and then, And
he works his way into a proposal.
Yeah, and she doesn't immediately say yes.
Which I also was like, oh.
She gets in her head, and she starts to sing, I'm not the best person. Like, I'm never on time. Yeah. I'm never quite sure of what I want. However, I know for one fact, I could not survive without you. Yeah. So she does say yes, ultimately. And they kiss, and then we cut to them getting married. Yeah. They get married in the same place in Central Park, on the same lake.
And we do get one small moment of the beginning of that scene again, of them walking through the park to the gazebo, and then we hear Kathy's side of the original conversation that we had only heard Jamie's side of. So now we are
past the point of no return.
Damn it, Anna.
Past the point of no return.
Exactly. So, cut to the worst song in the show. Emotionally.
It's okay. This is a song within a musical. Like, this is a play within a play situation where Kathy is at an audition for a musical. She is singing her go-to audition song, which is called, like, When You Come Home to Me. And at first I was like,
this isn't that.
This isn't Climbing Uphill.
No, I'm talking about Jamie
I'm sorry.
At the book party saying about how now that he's married, he's tempted to fuck all these other women.
Sorry. I skipped. Yeah. I skipped. Cut all of that out. Yeah. As you were.
The worst song in the show. Not vocally, because Jeremy Jordan can do no wrong vocally, but emotionally, it's kind of the worst. It's just him at book party after book party, just drunk, and talking to his guys about how every girl is into him now that he's married, and how, like, it's so difficult, and, like, I just gotta
It's a challenge to resist the temptation.
It's like...
But he's fine, he's devoted. The song is called A Miracle What Happened.
Yeah, it's fine, we're fine, I'm fine, and it's like, ugh, God, dude.
Yeah.
Awful.
It's very showboaty, and, like, no one asked you. After this, cut to Kathy at an audition, so like a play within a play situation. She's at an audition for a musical, and she's singing her go-to audition song, which is called When You Come Home to Me. Yeah. And at first I thought this was Climbing Uphill. It's not. She just gets through the song, and the audition goes really well. Yeah. Sherry Renee Scott is
I know
is one of the people. It goes really, really well.
Yeah.
And they really like her. And right outside the audition, she calls Jamie, and she was like, I'm walking around. I'm like, when you're on an adrenaline high, when something's really gone your way, and you're like, I don't know where I am.
I'm just kind of walking.
Yeah. And he's supportive over the phone. Like, he's super, super swamped with writing, and he's like, I'm so proud of you.
I will be there for you. I swear I'll be there once I finish this chapter.
I'll be there
soon. And then I have to take a call from Random House, and, like,
I have to go to a meeting with Random House.
And so we see him going to Elise's office, who's the publicist for Random House.
That we've decided. We have not established that is her position. We don't know what she does at Random House. But the liaison from Random House.
Yeah. And he's into her. You can sort of like...
Yeah, and she's in like a slinky party dress, and he kind of says to himself like, I swear I'll be there soon.
Yeah.
To himself to Kathy, even though she's not here.
Yeah.
We also see like a mini montage within this song, Jamie giving Kathy that bracelet as a gift.
Yes.
All right, now the timeline. Okay, this is what the timeline is doing. Kathy is now going backwards towards the beginning.
Yeah.
And Jamie is still moving forwards.
Yeah.
We are past the halfway point.
Yes.
Cut to 2011, back in Ohio. Kathy can't get out of Ohio.
Ugh.
This is her second year at the community theater.
Yeah.
She is alone on a dock waiting for Jamie because he said he'd be there. But then he's not actually there.
Right.
Then
It's a theme.
we cut to this audition. It's a bad audition.
Mm-hmm.
This is the song that everyone knows from this show. It's called Climbing Uphill.
Yeah. One of the fun things about this is that Jason Robert Brown, who wrote this show, his music is notorious for pianists not being able to sight read his music.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful, but it is technically
difficult. To the point where, unless I knew who was going to be playing piano at one of my auditions...
Oh, you never bring a Jason Robert Brown to an audition.
Ever bring a Jason Robert Brown to an audition. And so the pianist in this moment is Jason Robert Brown.
Robert Brown.
And so this whole moment is just like a dig at his music, his own dig at his own music, where the Kathy is singing, and this song sort of like talks about how much whenever you're auditioning, your mind isn't always in it. You're thinking about this. Why are you looking at my resume? Don't look at my resume. Half of my resume is made up. She's like, and this pianist keeps messing with my tempo. Does he know what I'm doing? Did I bring the wrong song? Like, just how your mind just panics.
Yeah. It's an inner monologue while she is actively singing her audition song. It's
a good song.
Just
I really
stream
enjoy
of
this
consciousness.
Song.
Yeah. I will always now. You've seen that video from like a year or so ago of the girl singing this song, and she does that crazy riff.
I think so.
You know, bouncing as high as they can.
Yeah.
Ugh. And she does it without changing her expression.
Yeah.
I always think of that now.
Amazing.
But so the audition ends, honestly, in the way that all actresses are the most afraid of. Is they cut her off. They're like, all right, thank you.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah. We cut to a bookstore.
Yeah, Jamie's having a reading of his book at a bookstore, and Kathy's there towards the back of the audience supporting him. Mm-hmm. And then we get the rest of Climbing Uphill, which is the best part of Climbing Uphill, in my opinion, where it's like a resolution that Kathy makes to herself, where she's like, I will not be the person who stands by in the background. I will not be the girl stuck at home in the burbs with the baby, the dog, and the garden of herbs. Yeah. I will not be the girl who requires a man to get by.
Yes.
And she's about to move into the next line, and then she gets cut off by the end of Jamie's
thing. Yeah.
Reading.
I will not be the girl following behind a man and asked what his genius feels like. And it's even more heartbreaking because we've already seen the song in which that is her life. Yeah.
It's so heartbreaking that she doesn't get to even finish that thought because the reading resumes and she's cut off. And then Jamie is swarmed by well-wishers at the end. His agents there, his Elise from Random House is there, and people come up to meet him, and Jamie's like, come over here to Kathy, but she doesn't move towards him.
Yeah.
She's just kind of like smiles and waves in the background.
Yeah. Cut to the future. It's an argument. Kathy does not want to go to another book
they're
party.
In their brownstone.
Mm-hmm.
They're at the brownstone. They're home. Yeah, Kathy has had it with these repetitive events that Jamie still expects her to go to and support him at.
Where she, like, stands alone at the bar and no one, like, he doesn't talk to her, no one talks to her.
Unless they want to ask questions about Jamie.
And then he starts to sing his song. What was it called? I didn't write down any of the song titles.
If I Didn't Believe in You.
Right. And the song starts with him saying, is this just because you're disappointed in where your career is? And I'm like, fucking A, bro.
Yeah. He doesn't say it super accusatory. Like, there is a world in which you say, like, is this your fucking problem? He kind of gently suggests that maybe this is what this, like, the source of this is, which doesn't make it better, but does change the tone of it a bit. Right. And he begs her to talk to him, to, like, if you're feeling this discontent, if you're not happy, or you're like, I don't want you to sit in on those emotions, like, I want you to talk to me about them. We should be partners. Mm-hmm. And
do you think that I would be here if I didn't believe in you?
If I didn't believe in you, yeah. And Kathy is silent as she has been through all of his songs. But it's truly heartbreaking in this song because he is begging her.
He's trying so hard to get her to interact, to talk to him.
To see, like, I'm still on your side.
Yeah.
The gist of the second half of the song, when he really starts to get heated, is he doesn't want her to give up on her dreams, but he can't live her dreams for her, and he can't give her the confidence to chase after them. Some lyrics that stood out to me were, "No one can give you courage. I will not fail so that you can be comfortable."
I know, that one fucking destroyed me. Ugh. And also a little bit accusatory in, like, if I'm supporting you, why can't you support me? Yeah. It's a rough song, and she really does not respond at all. But the song ends, and he's like, "Can you just, for me, please, can you just put on your dress? Like, we'll go to this stupid party, we'll talk to the stupid people, but, like, can you just get ready and we'll go?" And she just gets up, walks away, goes into another room, and slams the door shut.
Slams the door, yeah. He does say, I love you, and I believe in you.
Yeah.
Can we please just go to this stupid party? But she locks herself in the other room. Yeah. Smash cut to Kathy's point of view. We're very early on in the relationship now. They are driving in a beautiful convertible across the GWB into Jersey to meet her parents for the first time. Kathy starts to sing the song, "I Can Do Better Than That." Have you seen Cynthia Erivo sing this song?
No.
It's online.
Okay. That'll be our homework.
The gist of this song is that Kathy left the suburbs for a reason. Yeah. She doesn't want to live a boring life of someone who never took chances. Yeah. And this is hot. Like, this is a hot song. First of all, they're young and they're hot and they're in love. But, like, Jamie also responds to this song of, like, we can do better. Like, we can do better than everyone who lived that boring life. And, like, that's what he wants to hear. Like, they pull off the road in the middle of Jersey and, like, have sex.
There was one point where I was like, they're making out while driving. And I was like, they are driving dangerously. Please pull over to make out. And then they did. It's like, oh, okay, good.
And then they did.
And during this song, she asks him to move in with, like, for them to move in together.
Yeah, to move in with me.
Which pulls back to Jamie's second song, in which he's like, you know what, you're right, let's move in together, find an apartment, lols.
Interestingly, he didn't agree to move in with her until he got, like, positive affirmation from other things in his life. Yeah. Just an interesting note.
Yeah.
But the end of the song is, like, not just I can do better, we can do better with each other. And they drive back to the city after presumably meeting her parents.
Yes. Cut to Jamie's apartment. Or, well, their apartment.
Their shared apartment. Super, super end of their relationship.
Jamie's just woken up.
He sings the song Nobody Needs to Know, and he is in bed with a blonde woman who is not Kathy. It's the receptionist from Random House, not Elise. No. The receptionist who he flirted with in, A Miracle Would Happen. Yeah. Plot twist. Or, this is my fun fact. This receptionist is his wife. Yep. It's Jeremy Jordan's wife in real life. Yep. But he full-on cheated on Kathy.
Oh, absolutely. And so he gets up and he's getting ready to go see Kathy in Ohio. So I think this is right before Kathy's second song, The Fight at the Pier, just in terms of timeline. So he's on his way to Ohio. And then we see another girl there. So obviously this is like, he hasn't
Elise.
Just been cheating. Well, no, because there's the African-American girl, the writer, who came up to him in a previous scene. And then
I didn't see her in this song.
The third woman who's there is Elise.
Okay. As long as Elise is there.
Yeah. So there's like three different women, which sort of is just going to show that it's not like he's in a relationship with one other person and that's what the cheating is. It's just that he's just fucking around with a bunch of people. Yeah. So he talks about how Kathy won't give him any sort of private bit of himself, and he acknowledges that he has started deliberately making mistakes. This song is him deciding, or I think almost realizing that divorce should be an option. And then the fight that he ends up having with Kathy on the pier, that I think is his decision to end the marriage.
But also it seems like he's made the decision before he even goes to Ohio.
Yeah.
This song is him feeling very alone, and there is a brief moment where he is imagining getting to confront Kathy about it in this apartment, and he essentially blames her for his mistakes and his fuck-up, saying it's because she was relentless in her invasion of his life. Privacy and his life, which...
Bullshit.
I mean, he kind of forced her to... He didn't force her, but because she ended up focusing so much on his career, because she felt so left behind, I wonder if he would be saying his privacy had been invaded if she had also been having her own flourishing trajectory.
Right.
But because she wasn't, it's inevitably compared.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's okay, but it's just I was curious where this idea of an invasion of privacy came from, because I wasn't.
Because it was a big emotional
sure.
moment for him, but it's not something that's really been picked up before in their interactions, in which he's just like give me a little space, like, or whatever. So yeah, it's an interesting line, because it doesn't quite mesh with the issues. Like, they've had issues and are having issues, but that I didn't think was one of them. But
like, the last time we saw him singing to her, he was begging her to let him in and begging her to just talk to him about her problems and her worries. And then the end of this song is another girl appears and he embraces her and he says, "I won't lie to you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that wasn't what this, other than like potentially hiding all his infidelity, lying wasn't the issue in their relationship.
Right. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird song, just because I wasn't entirely sure what their...
I wonder if I just missed something.
Yeah,
big.
right?
I will also say that the song is called "Nobody Needs to Know," and the song ends with the lyric "Nobody Needs to Know." And I always think of Hamilton. Yeah. I was like, even melodically, they're a little bit the same. Nobody needs to know. And then it goes up in Last 5 Years, but it goes down in Hamilton. It's just like, Leslie Odom Jr. Where are you? Cut to the beginning of their relationship. Yeah. It's Kathy's song. She sings the song "Goodbye Until Tomorrow." It's 2009. Yeah. And it's right after their first date, and they are just...
And their first night together.
Starstruck. Yeah, their first night together. They are just starstruck for each other. Total heart eyes. Yeah. She sings that you are the one I have been waiting for.
Yes.
And we see her watching him leave her apartment after their first date. Yeah. The day after their first date. She sings the song "Goodbye Until Tomorrow" because I'm gonna see you tomorrow and I'm gonna see you for the rest of my life. Right. There is no real goodbye. Right. She walks through the city and she gets to the steps of the brownstone that they're ultimately gonna share. Yes. In this point in the timeline, they're not there yet, but she's sitting on the steps and she's lit in this golden,
gorgeous light.
Golden hour light.
And then we have my favorite shot.
Yeah, it's the only time the timelines really converge, but not in the way they did in the middle. Right. She's in the foreground in this golden light, and over her left shoulder, through the window, we see Jamie at the end of his trajectory writing the letter that she finds at the beginning of the film. And he's in this like dark, moody lighting. Yeah. It's a great shot.
It's a really good shot. Well, and it's like, because it moves from her in one shot, from her outside bathed in gold, in through the window to him, and he starts singing all of he sings what the letter has written, which we didn't really get a chance to see in her song.
The song is called "I Could Never Rescue You."
And and he talks about how, I've already like severed our banking, and like Elise helped me pack, and I have my luggage, and I've tried. I don't think more therapy would help.
He's saying, "I done what I could, but this can't be a one-sided effort."
Right.
All he ever did was love her, which is what he says, which is... And then he leaves the letter, and he gets his stuff, and he walks out the door. Yeah. And they have a moment of a duet. They do get a duet, but they're not singing the same song. No. Kathy's on the steps of the brownstone, he's on the sidewalk, and they're looking at each other, and she's singing "Goodbye Until Tomorrow," and he's singing "I Could Never Rescue You." And it's really, really heartbreaking because on her face, she is living the moments after their first date, and she's so excited for their future. Excited. And he is... Obviously, when he's writing the letter, he's not writing to her in the same... to her face, but he's imagining her. Yeah. And so they're not reading each other's emotions because they're not actually having this scene together. Yeah. It's just like an imaginary duet. Yeah. It's so sad.
It is. It's so sad. But like she's walking down the stairs and he's walking down the stairs backwards, and there feels like a moment where he is remembering her when he first fell in love with her, and she's looking at him, and then the camera pans around behind his back and she's gone. And so he has his suitcase and he turns around and walks away, and a couple seconds later, Kathy enters the shot from the other side, walking down the street.
Sorry, you cut out a little. Did you say that, like, we have a change of time and, like, it's later in the evening
Yes,
now?
yes.
Yeah, the light
The
changes.
light has slightly changed, and Kathy comes into the frame and is walking in and goes up the stairs and opens the door, and the door shuts, and that's the end.
It's not a feel-good musical.
No!
There's no...
No!
No! But it made me feel things.
Yes.
Were they all good?
No. Yeah, again, and I will stand by this. It's not a super plot-driven movie, it's an emotion movie.
Yeah, but again, it was a song cycle.
Yeah, which was amazing. Love that.
This screenplay was adapted from the musical, but they had to add dialogue.
Yes, they added a few scenes. Like, there's part of the argument, there's a couple phone calls that they added, but in the original musical, it is just songs, and it is only, they never interact.
Except for the wedding song.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, my little COVID one? Do you want to drink in dramaturgy?
I'm not going to drink alcohol until I feel better.
Okay.
Just in an effort to not force my body to manage two things.
I hope you don't lose your sense of taste and smell. That was the worst part.
Me too.
Okay, well, let's slide. I was trying to say slide and slam at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's slide through this dramaturgy, and then we'll get you out and get you feeling better. Okay, little drinkless dramaturgy.
Drinkless dramaturgy. I have my tea.
I have some seltzer water.
Yeah.
Time for dramaturgy report. Dramaturgy report. So I'm sure you're going to talk about him a little bit, but this was directed and the screenplay was adapted by Richard Lagrevenese.
Actually, don't talk about him. I focus almost exclusively on Jason Robert Brown.
Jason Robert Brown? Cool. So this was directed by, and the screenplay was adapted by Richard Lagrevenese, who is an American screenwriter and film director. He's best known for The Fisher King, The Bridges of Madison County, and the Behind the Candelabra, the mini-series, as well as the soon-to-be-released, he does a lot of writing and directing.
Yeah.
And he was the writer of the soon-to-be-released Disenchanted.
I'm so excited.
He's also an NYU Tisch graduate, so represent.
Cheers.
The cinematographer was Stephen Meisler. Not a lot to be found about him, other than just he does a lot of cinematography. Yeah. He's known for Minority Report, Armageddon, War of the Worlds. Those are his films. And then he's also known for a lot of TV series, including Godless, which was that Michelle Dockery Western from a couple years ago that I loved. The OA.
Yeah, which was phenomenal.
White House Plumbers, which is coming out soon, if it hasn't come out already. And The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, shit.
Which tracks for this film.
That does. Color palettes.
Color palettes.
All right, so the writer of this, the writer and the lyricist and musician and the composer is all Jason Robert Brown. So I'm going to go a little bit further into who he is, and he's going to be my focus for today. So Jason Robert Brown is an American musical theater composer, lyricist, and playwright. His music fuses sort of pop rock styling with sort of classical musical theater overtones. He's a recipient of 3 Tony Awards for his work on Parade and the Bridges of Madison County. He is known to have said that Sweeney Todd and Sunday in the Park with George were 2 of his biggest influences in his own musical styling, which you can absolutely see, especially like those 2 in terms of how they play with tempo and how they play with people singing over top of each other and different songs meshing into one song. Very much the same with those 2 shows. He began his career in New York as an arranger, conductor, and pianist. He worked on A New Brain, which is one of my favorite small shows.
Oh my god, I haven't thought about A New Brain in so long.
The song I'd Rather Be Sailing always just sort of punched me in the face. Obviously, I am a sailor.
Yeah.
And he played several nightclubs and piano bars in the city. His first major production was Songs for a New World. Again, fucking classic. Incredible music. It was an off-Broadway review with a limited run. And the show was directed by Daisy Prince, who's the daughter of the director-producer Hal Prince, which is how he got introduced to Hal Prince. At this point, the song Stars in the Moon has become like a cabaret standard. And honestly, any of the songs from Song for a New World, like you could hear at any cabaret anywhere. He was then hired to write songs for Parade, which was based on the trial and lynching of Leo Frank, and Hal Prince was the one who brought him onto that. And he won the Tony Award for the Best Original Score for Parade. In terms of his trademarks, he is often rhythmically dynamic and like harmonically unconventional, and anyone who sings a song, you kind of really have to have a really flexible and wide vocal range because his songs just go everywhere. His vocal lines include internal rhythms as well as melodic phrases which don't necessarily adhere to what you would normally hear in music. In 2005, Jason Robert Brown was cited as one of the leading new theatrical composers, a list that included LaChiusa, Adam Guettel, Andrew Lippa, and Janine Tesori, amongst others. So he is a very popular modern composer and has done a lot of stuff that is technically difficult to both sing and play, but is very interesting and fun to work with melodically. Some of my favorite songs to work on were Jason Robert Brown songs, not because you could ever use them for an audition, but just because it was technically difficult and like you had to find an internal counting rhythm that didn't quite match up with the normal counting rhythms that you have whenever you're singing. It was very fun. Anyway, so the stage musical of this. So this was inspired by Jason Robert Brown's failed marriage to Teresa O'Neill. Now, O'Neill sued him on the grounds that the story of the musical violated non-disparagement and non-disclosure agreements within their divorce by representing their relationship too closely. In turn, he countersued for interfering with his creative work and creative process. So you can see why this marriage ended. As a part of the legal settlement for both suits, Jason Robert Brown removed all references to the character being Irish Catholic. He changed the song I Could Be in Love with Someone Like You to Sheik's a Goddess in order to reduce the similarity between the characters. Now, this musical premiered at Chicago's Northlight Theater in 2001 and then was produced off-Broadway in March 2002.
What's funny is the IMDb blurb about this musical was, based on the hit musical by Jason Robert Brown, a struggling actress and her novelist boyfriend recount the rise and fall of their 5-year love affair. I don't consider this what I would consider a hit musical. It's not to bring up Hamilton again,
that's a hit musical.
That's
Cats is a hit musical. Phantom is a hit musical.
Wicked is a hit musical.
In terms of going beyond just theater people and into the common world. Whereas this was very popular, I think, amongst theater people and
theater people in New York,
particularly. Yeah, but not necessarily.
So it's a hit with different crowds, but it's not a. I wouldn't call it a commercial hit musical like I would Phantom, Wicked, Lion King, yada yada.
So for the screenplay, just to talk a little bit about the differences between the screenplay and the stage musical. So the musical, as presented on stage, is a 2-person show. There are no other actors besides Jamie and Kathy, and it consists almost exclusively of solo numbers. They alternate songs, and they do not share each other's time frame, and they almost never sing together, and are most of the time not even present while the other one sort of unburdens themselves. So this gives each character space to present their side of the story, biases and all, on both sides. Now, for this adapting the film, they made the decision to have the other person present in each of the songs, and a few extra pieces of dialogue were added in as well to sort of clarify what was going on. But apart from this, and apart from a few lyric changes, which I'll talk about, most of the music is exactly the same, and the order in which the songs are performed is identical to the stage show, with the addition of a drum track added, which does not appear in the stage. I think they only had a piano in the stage show. And additionally, they added a couple of other characters with cameos from a bunch of people as well. Though, of course, the majority, there's really only 2 characters in this movie. And this is where I was wondering if they had stuck with really only that person being present in their timeline, if it might have made a little bit more sense in terms of keeping track of where we were in the timeline, because I think on the stage, it's a little bit easier because you're like, oh, he's the only one present, so I sort of know whose timeline we're in. But because they were both present for the majority of both of those songs, even if they weren't participating in that song, it muddied the water a little bit in terms of clarity of timelines. So, interesting choice. In terms of lyric changes, in the original version of I Can Do Better Than That, Kathy says that the guy she met was someone who you might say looked like Tom Cruise, but that has been changed to someone with very well-placed tattoos, since Jason Robert Brown figured that Tom Cruise was no longer, like, the peak of handsomeness.
Relevant. Yeah.
Kathy also at one point sings that she saw Jamie's book at a Borders in Kentucky, but since Borders has gone out of business... It's changed to a Target in Kentucky. And then my favorite one is in the original version of Climbing Uphill. Kathy sings, "Why am I working so hard? These are the people who cast Linda Blair in a musical," which was a reference to her playing Rizzo in Grease. So they changed it to, "These are the people who cast Russell Crowe in a musical," which is obviously referring to the horribly panned performance in Les Mis.
In Les Mis, yeah.
And Jason Robert Brown did say he's not entirely sure who made that change, but he thinks that it was Anna Kendrick herself, who was just like, this is relevant.
I'm gonna call this out. Yeah.
So that's what I have. I'm not really gonna go into actors and casting, just because there wasn't any other people that it could have been. I think that they always had these two in mind.
So I can take it away with reviews and reception.
Yes.
So Anna Kendrick and Jeremy Jordan got great reviews for their performances. The film itself overall got mixed reviews about, and it's kind of what you talked on, is that in the stage version, they're never on stage at the same time. It's truly like you just get the single person side of the story, whereas we are, for the sake of the film, they're in the same scenes with each other, even if they're not interacting during the songs, except for the center song. And so that almost takes away from it initially, but it also adds a potential for something else. And the general reviews were like, well, if you're going to have them in the same space, use it more. It got just generally mixed reviews. Like, some people thought it wasn't as cinematically confident as it could have been.
That's an interesting note.
Yeah. Like, with musicals, you give yourself permission to dance in the street. And because they took it in such a subtle route, I mean, we commented that there's not really a lot to the plot. So if you're not going to go far with the added element of the songs, then the songs need to back something up. And because they're subtler songs, and because it's based more on the emotion, it can be just 90 minutes of feeling versus using the songs to really push the limits of what you can do in a cinematic space.
Right. Agreed.
That's really it. It was nominated for a couple things, but it didn't do critically well, and I'm not sure it did in the box office very well.
This is what we were mentioning. I think it's such a niche thing.
It's very niche.
Very niche. It is not visually grabbing like a Hairspray is, where it's just so many large things happening at once. It is a very subtle musical in terms of like facial expression and things like that. And so I think it's the reason why it didn't do as well is because of what we were talking about, where this is a hit with theater people, but it is not a box office smash.
That's
cool.
It. All right. Do you have some gripes and giggles?
Singing and
singing and dancing.
Not really any dancing.
All we have was the little like dance thing in Summer in Ohio. Yeah, and Jamie had a couple, not dancers, but we'll call them strong movers in his Everything's Moving Too Fast song. In his Everything's Coming Up Jamie song, when they're down by the Flatiron.
That's fair. Singing, Jeremy Jordan is he is a Broadway performer.
He's a great singer.
He is a remarkable singer. His voice works really, really well for this show. I never felt like he was straining. I felt like it fit his vocal tone really well.
He's a very emotive singer.
He is, to the point where apparently at one
more
point
so than Anna
Kendrick had to pull him aside and being like, "We're not on a stage. There is no back of the house. You got to pull back just a wee bit, bro." Like,
oh, see, I didn't mean volume wise. I mean like he lets his. He's a theater performer. Okay. He's a large performer, and he's done a lot of film and TV, so I think he was able to bring subtlety to it, but And maybe this is also a character choice of him being more expressive, especially in the arguments when they were fighting. I really saw it, and it didn't feel performative.
No. And then in terms of Anna Kendrick's voice, I'm always on the fence with her voice. She is obviously a good singer, but she doesn't use vibrato as much as I would like her to. This is such a niche note. And she has a bit more of a nasally quality in her voice. And there was one moment in one song where I was listening to it and I was like, that's Cinderella. Like, I heard like her vocal tone that she has as Cinderella in one moment in this movie, and I was just like, oh, I hear it. But I think vocally he outshone her, even though
he has a richer sound to his voice. However, I sat there and I was like, oh fuck, Anna Kendrick can sing.
Yes, she can. I didn't feel like she was straining either. That's the main thing. Like, she wasn't pushing.
But she can belt. It's just not as quite of a full tone as Jeremy Jordan. Right. So it's not fair of us to compare them. No. But coming off the heels of La La Land, I was like, oh, thank God. A woman belting.
Exactly. It's like, okay, so they had to choose someone who was well known just to get people into this. So I'm glad that they chose someone who can actually sing. Yeah. So my notes for her vocal singing are very, very nitpicky and just very stupid, and are in no way criticizing her voice, because she absolutely can sing, and she is not stretching her voice in this, like straining her voice. It's
as supportive as her belt is supported as healthy as it can be for her. Yes. Tonally, Jeremy Jordan's got a rounder richer sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Do you have gripes and giggles?
No. It's so
I have
weird.
a giggle. I don't have any gripes. I don't have any specific gripes.
Except for just like character things.
Just like plot.
Except for just like character things of just being like, I hated him writing a letter, but that's just like a plot thing. That's not like an actual like production thing.
I guess my gripe is that I'm still not quite sure what that one fight was about.
The final song. I would piggyback on that, where I'm not entirely sure in that final song that the
invasion of privacy accusation
it just wasn't entirely
did not feel supported.
What he was upset with. Anyway. Yes.
And when it's just a song cycle, you can get away with that because it's a song cycle and you don't need specifics.
I don't need to explain anything. Giggles.
My giggle.
What's your giggle?
It is it is the last shot of this film. It is when Jeremy Jordan it is that wide shot of the brownstone where he has left and he's walking down the sidewalk and he has that big ass suitcase that's definitely on wheels and he carries it. He picks it up and like struggles down the sidewalk with it. I'm like, does Jeremy Jordan know how to use a suitcase? And it took me out of it, so I almost didn't notice Anna Kendrick like walking up to go up the brownstone because I was just so focused on like,
why did
that has this? Wheels,
sir?
Why are you carrying it?
Oh, that's so funny.
That's it.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't really have any giggles. It's not a really giggly show. It's not a giggly movie.
It's not. No, you know what? You had those giggles because we got a couple moments of getting Anna Kendrick's dry wit.
Her like dry humor. So it wasn't anything specific, but it was just like the moments where her actual personality shone through a little bit, and I was just like, yeah. I have already said my fun fact, which is about Jason Robert Brown being the pianist, and like struggling to play her music as a reference to how his music is normally so difficult to play.
I have one bit of trivia, which is this was filmed in 21 days.
Oh, that's so fast.
Start to finish, which is incredible and a feat. But also,
I think they
it's
two
main
characters.
Only 2
people, yeah.
And they actually sang a lot of the songs live.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this. They sang 11 of the 14 songs live.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're doing that, you can't do 25 takes.
I mean, apparently Anna Kendrick did the first song, I'm Still Hurting, 17 times. 17 times. That's a long
But granted, that there were several, we don't know if that's all in one take, or if there were a couple different angles for that. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying was that 17 in a single setup, or was that 17 total?
Right,
we don't know.
Right. Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
But 21 days is monumental, but honestly, they probably had a soundstage for the apartment.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was exteriors that are just the two of them.
Yeah.
Like, pretty easy to do, honestly, all things considered.
Exactly. All right.
Do you have any homework?
I was going to do the Cynthia Erivo, what's the name of the song?
I Can Do Better Than That.
Cool. So
Cool. That might be all she wrote for
that's
this
all she wrote.
short.
This will be a short. One.
This
Again,
was...
not a lot of plot, but a lot of emotion.
Yeah. And honestly, it was 90 minutes.
Oh,
My
so
homework's
nice.
not to watch it, but like it could be to watch
You
it.
could watch it if you wanted to. It wasn't
you
a
could
bad
watch it.
movie.
No, it had moments.
It had its moments.
Yeah. If you're still here, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yay.
This has been 5678, a movie musical podcast. I've been Anna.
I'm still Grace.
And that's literally all she wrote.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
5, 6, 7, 8.
There's no business like show business, like no